No, that's
That's an end of session thing.
Yeah.
Alright, stream is up. So I think Elric was the last scribe, unfortunately.
Yeah, and he didn't post anything.
Oh, he didn't post? That son of a bitch. Elric, I hate you if you're watching.
He just has it as marked.
Oh my god, I'm gonna yell
that
at
was his last gift. That was his parting gift to us.
him. Not post.
I hope that's on the stream too, and he's listening right now.
I hope so too. Hang on, I'm gonna send him an angry message.
Yeah. Scathing letter.
You son of a bitch!
Minus 3 story points from his next session.
Yeah, from Sunday game.
Yeah.
I see how it is. Just post in when like, oh, I'm quitting the job anyway. You're that guy who's like, I don't need to give 2 weeks notice. Just leaves. You son of a bitch. Alright, well, shoot. I mean, I guess I could kind of ad hoc something. I mean, honestly, it's not a big deal. You could just say, like, it was a battle.
Ad hoc.
Yeah,
so we went in for the commander, right? You might want to correct me if I'm wrong. We were fighting the commander. He was saying something to us like, you'll never, whatever, but like we couldn't hear him because he was silenced. We kill him. As we're basically finishing up the fight, that's when we have the big steamroller construct comes up. Ophelia banishes him for a minute. We wipe everything else out. It comes back. We take it down. At that point, we're like, we need to get out of here and go. We start booking it through the camp. At that point, since they had seen their commanders die and everything, and that they were getting attacked and kind of outnumbered, it seemed like all the devils just swarmed and left the camp, and we're like, yeah, fuck this shit, we're out.
But one thing to add in there is before we ran, Kudo grabbed what looked to be some piece of paper and gave it to Clank, and I believe it was the contract. Is that correct?
He does. Yeah, he does get the contract.
Yeah.
I just added a little one-line thing to the journal to continue the story.
But maybe we should add that Clank has the contract, right? Like that was the biggest. That was the whole.
Yeah, we got the contract. We were about to escape and book it out of there, but it seemed like everybody left. Then we were talking about what our next step should be, and I think that's where we ended, Lou.
And you got your wish list item, right?
Oh, we did start. Did we start searching and find it in a chest?
I don't know. I have in my notes that you got your wish list item, and I also have.
That was the bathrooms. I think we did start searching the camp. We found a chest.
Yep.
There was the wish list item in it, and I won it. Correct.
Yep. All right.
I think Kudo got MVP.
That doesn't sound right.
I don't think it was good.
We gave Nate MVP because he was crying about it, and then.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Elric got last MVP.
Oh, I'm leaving, guys. Let me leave on a good note. Right?
I don't even remember that, but it sounds.
No, that didn't actually happen. That was me being dramatic, hoping he's going to listen to this one day.
Some shade.
That's in your fucking journal.
Don't listen to them, Nate. Alright, so... Cool. Let's see...
I forgot about that Amulet of the Devout, Lou. Yeah, I'm excited now.
Yeah, that's something you put on your character sheet, you know?
Yeah, make sure you actually record that.
I do think I have it.
I feel like he just like drops it.
You rolled really high, too. That was not easy to get.
97? Yeah. I think I already added it and I already equipped it, even though I don't think we had the time to attune yet.
Yeah.
I got it equipped already. I already took off some other shit because I was like, nope, this is going on immediately.
Alright, well... yeah, so... in the aftermath, the group... kind of... is searching the place. There's a bunch of supplies, in terms of weaponry and armor, not much in terms of like more magical items or anything, more logistical equipment for the army itself. One thing you would find that is of interest, looks like one of the, like, kind of like that steam, or not the steam engine, but that juggernaut that attacked you. There is one that's kind of sitting dormant nearby in a cave. It doesn't seem to attack you, at least when you go in there. It doesn't seem to react to you at all.
Well, you know what we do with dormant vehicles? We commandeer them. And Kudo will be like, Clank, do you think you could rig that thing so it works for us?
Clank says, not vehicle, golem, construct. Will serve whoever it was created to serve. Magic can sometimes be used to control, but beyond me, I don't know how to charm golems, convincing them to serve. He says maybe someone, one of the devils might know, but I think they're all dead.
Yeah. Does Kudo have any knowledge of golems? Do they speak primordial by any chance?
So some golems speak. Most of the golems aren't very smart, but they are smart enough to understand the commands of their master and creator.
Oh, okay.
So usually they speak whatever language their creator spoke, and that is how the creator gives them orders. This one doesn't seem to react to you in a hostile way. You wonder if one of the demons was controlling the golems, or if they were just given orders to follow maybe the will of the leader of this place, the guy you killed.
It would be cool.
Clank, do you think you could disarm this thing so it can't ever come back and nobody can use it for evil stuff?
It might have a self-defense mechanism. If I try to disable it, it might attack us.
Okay, well, we're about to leave this place anyway, so fuck this thing then.
He says,
or
go ahead.
Commandeering it. If possible.
Well, how do you want to commandeer it? We gotta find the master. How are you gonna do that?
Well, we could take a look on a thing. If it's not dangerous right now, then we can take a look.
You open up the sun visor and the keys fall out. I'm like, oh, here we go.
Yeah.
So how would you try to figure it out? What would you do?
I would ask Clank to try to figure it out. If he could look at the golem and investigate it or some shit like that.
So
just tell Clank to do it.
Clank, figure this out.
He's a smart one.
Is Clank smart? I guess, yeah, he is a artificer. Sure, I'll make a roll with Clank. Let's see what he knows.
Oh, see? Told you. Kills everything.
So he's looking it over. He says, I really wish there was a way I could question one of these devils. I would guess one of them knew how it was commanded. But if we destroy it, we could try to destroy it. It would yield us essence. So that would be something we can get out of it.
Clank, what can you do with 5 questions?
Is it like Baldur's Gate?
I can bring this dude back and you can ask one of them 5 questions. I don't know how truthful they'll be.
It says, does your spell affect devils and demons?
You pace it for us?
I think I can do it with any corpse.
I guess so. It doesn't specify.
Because as long as it's not undead and has a mouth.
Says, well, maybe we could question their leader. Says,
yeah, but
But
I mean, if they recognize us, they're still good. Like they're gonna identify us as an enemy. I think we'd have to do some dude that wouldn't know, right?
well, they can choose whether or not they wish to answer. He says.
Huh.
Or,
Well, you want to go
they,
try with?
hang on. I think they just.
Read the last part. It is probably not going to work because they probably don't want to talk to us. Yeah, I don't think that's. I would save your magics from that. I don't think they're going to cooperate well with us.
Yeah,
Says,
but is there like a dead body around here we could talk to? Maybe it'll know.
One of the demons. He says, I mean, my guess is that this golem answered to the leader of the army, though it was probably created by something else. Still, it is curious that something could create a golem like this and it would answer to devils. I don't usually see devils crafting constructs.
Yeah.
Do you have illusions to make yourself look like other people? Maybe you can make yourself look like one of these devils.
I do not have energies right now. But
Yeah.
Kudo will look at the machinery. Does it look like any specific make to you, Clank? Perhaps dwarven make or something that's not fiendish in craftsmanship?
Let's see. He says, my guess is that this is a dwarven construct. So maybe this was made by dwarves. It's strange that demon or devils would be commanding it.
Well, we found those like weird little shooty things earlier. What did Clank call them? A flintlock pistol?
He says, what does that have to do with anything?
Well, if those are here, why can't dwarven stuff be here?
Because I guess that makes sense. There are a lot of strange things in this abyss.
Okay. Yeah, like, does it remind it almost kind of would be similar to the train that we had back in the other plane, right?
Clank thinks, he says, the idea to disguise ourselves when we talk to the devil isn't a bad one. If he believes us to not be the ones who slew him, he might be more likely to give up information. Granted, we have someone who is deceptive.
I can be deceptive when I wish to be, but I have no means to disguise myself, unfortunately.
He'll recognize me, Clank says.
Do I have...
Well, he saw me in the fight, right? But...
My guess would be he holds the answers. I doubt some random soldier is going to know how to command the golem.
That makes sense. What if I offer to revive him?
He shrugs. He says, well, technically devils revive themselves after a set period of time. He'll just lose a bunch of his power. Devils and demons are immortal. They don't ever truly die.
They suck.
Well, what time of the day is it? Perhaps we can ruminate over it as we rest. I am exhausted.
I don't know if this is the best place to rest. We did cause quite a commotion. Maybe we should look outside.
I did not suggest right here.
Huh.
But the question still stands. What time of day is it?
It's about 11 a.m.
Okay. So we are a long ways from a rest. Okay.
When we got a long walk ahead of us, we got to head all the way to that spot on the west of camp where our camp's waiting for us.
Okay, let's grab what we can and then return to make our way back to camp.
Are there rations anywhere, Lou?
It's a good question. Do devils need to eat? I think they do, because they technically still have bodies. So, although they probably don't look very appetizing. I'll say you would find a bunch of rations. There's also another, like, 50 days of really nasty-looking things they hunted. Though it's gonna spoil. Unless you cook it up soon.
What do you think? Should I take like 10 days? More?
How much does that weigh?
Just book weight, which I'm not sure offhand. I could look it up. I want to say it's like a pound a day or something. That might be too little, though.
The ration's like...
A pound a day sounds pretty good. 2 pounds.
2 pounds?
Ration's
right.
2 pounds.
2 pounds a day for preserved.
Looking at the ledger, it looks like Ophelia has remaining, can carry up to 389 pounds left in the bag of your bag of holding.
Bag of holding is 500?
Yeah. And Kudo can hold another remaining 371.5 pounds, so...
I assume you're just going to bring them to camp, right?
Yeah, we're just going to bring it to camp, so we can...
Oh, we have nobody with us. We got to haul it all the way across the fucking abyss ourselves.
Well, you have the bag of holding, and he said he could carry the rest.
Yep.
Okay.
So if you want... Well, yeah. Okay. So for now, I'll say you take as much as you want.
I'll take 100.
Just take it. We have enough to get everything. So 200. Here, let me just do it.
You're gonna add it to the inventory on the. Okay, cool. I was adding it to my character sheet. That's why I was like, no, I don't want to take that much.
Yeah, currently you do have your camp, which, while you did lose a bunch of people, can still carry, I think, what, 500 pounds right now? Yeah. Which they probably are going to dump those corpses. I forget why you were keeping corpses, but I'm going to say they dumped those because they were heavy. Alright, so you load up on the food. Clank will say, if we are going to try to question the devil, we will need his corpse.
Let's bring it.
You want to bring the corpse with us?
Yeah.
So, I am a small bird. That is a big corpse. Big muscular demon. I guess we could take his head.
Take his head.
God.
Wait.
No. Ophelia's like, she's not comfortable with doing that.
Clank looks at you strangely and says, he is dead. He does not care.
Yeah, but like, I don't want to desecrate his body and just bring the head just in case we want to ask him some questions. It feels kind of wrong, even if he is a devil.
Clank kind of looks over at Kudo, looks back at you, shrugs, and says, well, I am not strong enough to take his whole body, so unless you have another suggestion, I mean, I guess I could take his arm or his foot.
No, we need his head, because the head is what... We need a mouth that talks. And Kudo will be like, just look the other way, Ophelia. It will all be a moment.
You see her kind of shudder, and as a chill rolls down her back, and just kind of like turns away.
But then I'll tap Ophelia on the shoulder. Do you have a dagger I can borrow?
No.
Okay. I'm sure Clank has one. I would help Clank saw off the head.
She says, she straight up is refusing to go up there and says no curtly, like, get the fuck away.
So Rhea will say, I might have a solution. Though it will take some magic. She says, as you know, I can summon creatures. I could summon something and just drape his body over it. I mean, they would be with me for an hour.
Let me guess. But we gotta. I think we do need to hurry up, though. Like, are we taking this body? Are we doing this stupid cannon fodder thing? Like, Rhea, does this dude know you? Has he seen your face?
This is, yeah, I mean, I was blasting him during the battle. He knows all of us.
Yeah. But, like, you can be an animal.
I guess I could shapeshift, but he'll maybe
She
get
needs to be-
suspicious why a deer is talking to him.
Yeah,
He's dead. Just pretend you're the deer of the afterlife.
She
I don't
shrugs. She
think
says,
can
I
talk
can
as an
try it.
animal. But
Alright,
Can
well,
we
let
just-
me... Or go ahead.
let's do this, move on. Yeah.
Let me summon something. Since Ophelia here is squeamish about corpse carving. So she
strange.
puts out her hands, kind of chanting as her eyes glow, and she snaps her fingers. Let's see what she summons. Hopefully it's something that can carry these guys.
Crabphilia refuses to do it as well, Kudo.
Crabphilia.
Or Opheliape.
Really,
Neither one.
wouldn't have any qualms about it. Really, Ape would fucking like tear him asunder. And
Okay, it's different when we're fighting for our lives as desecrating a corpse, okay? Like, it's kind of drastically different.
no, I was talking about the Ape. Would
This is what
So-
Elric fucking does.
Actually, how many does she summon if she summons, what is it, 1? Hang on, sorry, I forgot the CR. Open up sheet, open up.
Google offered. There's in some cultures, cutting up the body in pieces is not so sacrilegious.
Oh, CR2.
Yeah, but some cultures also worship the devils, like the shit where we're in right now.
Oh, they don't worship the devil, Ophelia said, or Rhea says. I mean, they are devils and demons. I guess some of them
Yeah, but
worship
you
bigger
know what I'm
ones.
saying. I'm a little flustered right now. I can't.
She kind of tilts her head and says, "Alright, my apologies." She continues to chant. So a huge set of cave bears appear. And she says, "Bear, carry this corpse." And one bear kind of walks over and bites the demon's corpse, pulling it up onto the other one's back. She says, "Very good, thank you." Alright, shall we go?
Let's do this.
She says, "I am very low on magic, just FYI."
Same
All right. Well, I guess let's head out. Do you need a short rest, Kudo, or are we good just to keep trucking for as long as we can?
This place is not safe, and I do not stand to gain much from a short rest. I don't think. Do I? Oh, maybe I could use my blood vial. It's not. This place doesn't seem safe. Like an hour spent here doesn't seem like a good idea, right?
Oh yeah, it's not here.
Yeah. Let's
We
move
can
on.
find a place along the way. Do you want to go straight west and cross the bridge, or do you want to go up and around the mountains?
We should follow. We don't want to go out in the open. I'll tell you that. Otherwise, we might get accosted by those flying bastards that stole our.
So your
Fighters.
camp... Yeah, I assume you're traveling to your camp, right?
Yeah.
Our camp and everybody went with them, Lou, to the far west to wait for us at the portal.
The portal?
Yeah, to the Celestial.
Oh. You
That's why I'm
sent them,
saying we don't have our camp.
you sent
They're
them
all
without
waiting
you?
for us. Yeah, so all the tieflings that survived, all the Celestials, everybody's waiting for us at the portal. Because we were going to go with them, but we said we needed to get Clink's contract to do this first.
Oh.
So we sent them, Delania and everybody to the west to wait for us at the portal, saying we're going to do this and then book it there and meet you there as fast as possible.
Your memory is better than mine. I gotta say.
I sort of remember that. That doesn't seem like the best idea. Do you remember why you did that?
They wanted to get out of there as soon as possible and wanted us to accompany them. And we were like, no, we need to go deal with Clink's contract. We can't just leave. Our idea was killing the Devil Eater would null the contract, and then we could escape to the Celestial Realm.
That would make sense, because they don't have any real loyalty to you since your alt character was slain. Alright, sure. So you don't currently... Or go ahead.
Do you think we sent them on the... Did we actually send them on the move, or did we just tell them to stay put and wait for us to get back to them?
No, they're on the move waiting for us and securing the portal to the west.
Okay.
Alright, so the group doesn't currently have a camp. Got it. Alright, so I guess you're just gonna head to look for a safe resting spot?
And we're gonna travel...
Go ahead, Felix.
I thought we were going to try to go reunite with our camp.
Yeah, but we have to. We're gonna find a spot for short rest. We got a lot. It's gonna be a while because we got all the way up and around the mountains, like all the way up here, to like travel.
So there was a couple of ways to get to the area that you want to get to, which was over here.
That's where we're going.
They said up and around the mountains was the longest way, but possibly the safer way. You could try to ford this lake and move across the broken bridge, which is probably the most dangerous.
Because it's out in the open too, right?
Yeah. The other way is going south and west around the lake and looking for an area where you could just cross over, like where the lake isn't as wide. Which again might be kind of dangerous because it's out in the open.
Just a question: Did Ophelia or Rhea do anything like a water breathing or water walking ritual?
Do they
I
have
did
that?
not. I do not. Rhea may, but Ophelia doesn't.
Does Rhea have it?
Well, Rhea is a druid, so she can pray for any druid spell. Let me see if water walking is a thing. I thought clerics got that.
No,
I guess I could prepare, right? Because I do prepare my spells every day.
Yeah, clerics and druids both have access to any spell in their spell list.
Because I have been just doing like my base and saying fuck it, I don't want to deal with preparing every day.
Yeah, but you don't have to do it that way.
Circumstancing, yeah. But that's a pretty fair. So yeah, let me look at what I can do. If I do a long rest, then yes, I think I can. I think you're right.
Let me see. I don't even know what the names of those spells are. I tried water walking. That's not a thing.
It's water walk.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
Water walk and water breathing could be handy here. And what Kudo would propose is that maybe we take a look at this lake from the shore. Don't cross it yet. Try to find a safe place nearby to take a short rest, and then maybe check out this lake and see where we might cross it. But with your magics, I think it might be safer than going all the way around. Yeah.
I guess I could. Oh, I can do water walk as a ritual too. Hell yeah, that's getting added.
Yeah,
yes,
the druid can as well. So Ophelia would say, I can too if needed. How many does that affect? 10 willing creatures. So yeah, it's definitely an option. She says, but for that to work, I would have to prepare it, which would require us to take a night of rest.
Okay.
I can do it as a ritual, so I can just do it, right? I don't need to prepare it.
You have to have it prepared.
You're not a wizard.
Okay. So then I would say our best bet, Kudo, I'll let you decide, is going north around the mountains, that's a longer wait, or down to the south and to the west. I don't think the bridge is our best option.
So, Lou, how many... I think my first question still stands. How many days travel is it to go there? Let's
So,
say take a long way around. Yeah.
from here, you could. Let me see. Let me remind myself what the scale is. So each square is about an hour's journey, assuming you're not accosted by anything.
Or even
So,
crossed by something. That's just like a minute. So
Yeah. So unless like something prevents you, because I think I have it set so each square is a mile, which you can travel in about an hour of travel time. Going through things like the mountains or like through cliffs would be more like difficult terrain, so it might take twice as long or even more.
well, listen, Ophelia. It's going to take us at least 10 hours to get over there, and that is if we don't run into any obstacles. Um, so I think we will be forced to take a long rest midway through this journey.
I think you're right. It's just a matter of which way we're going. I vote for the safest route and go up and around the mountains.
We wouldn't need water walk for that, so we could even start traveling now, Rhea says. Though, if you do wish to commandeer this strange golem creature, we'd probably want to look into that before we left the area, because obviously, if we did find the answers, it would be a long trip back here. Just a thought.
I don't care about this thing, but
Okay.
Kudo, I guess it's up to you.
I don't care that much either. It was only a vehicle maybe that would get us to our destination faster.
It'd be nice if we could do it quickly, but I don't think we can.
Okay.
Let me see. Did Rhea prepare anything that could hide identities? Don't think so. Let me check Clank as well.
Dude, Juan would be perfect for this.
Kudo at a higher level would have been perfect for this. He would have made us all look like fiends.
So close, yet so far.
Yeah, Clank mostly has battle spells. I don't see anything that would help with hiding identity. And yeah, obviously Rhea has mostly nature spells. So unless you guys can think of another way to fool this guy if you spoke to him, yeah, being yourselves, he probably would not tell you anything.
Okay. Well, that's it for. I think we should move on then.
Okay.
All right. To the north, or you want to go south, around and water walk across. Either way, we're going to have to do a day rest. A long rest at night.
I don't care either way. Water walking is somewhat tempting, but if you feel that north is safer, then let us go north.
All right. It's more concealed, and I'd like to stay out of eyesight.
We have a disguise kit. Clank
Oh.
has a disguise kit.
Ah. Does he have a disguise kit proficiency? I guess he's a... That's not technically a tool. Let me see what
Disguise
his...
kit? It is I thought it was a tool. And he
So there's skills, tools, and kits. Like there's the forgery kit, the disguise kit. So he does have proficiency in it. Right, Clank?
Oh, he just joined.
Oh,
Yeah.
Clank can do this because also he has mimicry too. And
Yeah.
So you have proficiency in a disguise kit, right, Clank?
Let me.
That's what your sheet
disguise?
says.
Yeah, disguise kit and forgery kit.
But let's give Matt some context. So in this camp, we found one of those juggernaut vehicles that's dormant, and Kudo wants to try to commandeer it. And you investigated and did some knowledge recall and figured out that this thing probably could be commanded by its maker or one of those fiends. They seem to control it. Also determined that it was probably of dwarven make, not actually
Fiend?
devil. Yeah, not fiend make. They're not really making these kinds of things. But yeah,
I was going to speak with Dad on Crust, but he's not going to tell us anything, so we need somebody to disguise and talk to him.
exactly.
Cool.
And we have his head. Yeah.
We have his head.
Well, we have his body now because Ophelia was all weird about it, decapitating him. So we have him strapped
Cool.
to a dire bear.
So, I think... Do I have... No. I know...
You have a disguise kit.
Yeah, if we long rest, I think I can get,
I see the
Switch up.
proficiency. I was looking for the kit. I don't see a disguise kit in your inventory unless I missed
It's
it.
in the general. It's in the general ledger.
Oh.
Inside the bag of holding.
Oh, it's in the bag. Okay, that makes sense. Got it. All right. So, I guess how far are you traveling from this place, and where are you headed? Because it sounded like you wanted to get away from here before you do anything.
We're gonna head north and get out of this camp, and then look for a safe spot somewhere. I don't know, like over here, as we start heading north, and try to find a safe spot.
Yeah, maybe here.
All right.
Like
so you're
somewhere.
gonna travel a few hours to the north.
Yeah.
Give me. I guess it would be a survival, probably. Stealth could help
Not the
here too
worst.
if someone has that.
I'll do.
I do have stealth.
How high is
I
your-
probably shouldn't have been the one to read.
So... Yeah, go ahead.
If your stealth is very good, then go for it. Yeah.
And I'll take
Alright.
up to 2 rolls for each of those and use the higher.
Oh,
And I'll
So you
do a survival too then.
Okay.
So my arcane armor
Oh
gives
my
me
God.
advantage on stealth checks.
I'll say for this, it's more you like helping the group stay hidden, so it probably wouldn't help much for this because it's more like directing people.
Okay.
12's not bad.
Oh,
though.
jeez.
I mean, it's not great,
That's
but
survival.
Shoot,
Alright.
yeah, look at your survival.
so
Unlucky roll.
10 and 12. Alright, so the group is traveling. So
Can we have
yes,
Rhea roll survival?
he did.
Huh?
Someone else can roll stealth too. Here, let me
I'm
get
not
your
good at
druid
stealth.
to roll it.
Rhea would. I was gonna. Oh, never mind. Yeah, Rhea's really good. Fucked
Yeah,
up.
we probably should have had her do it, but that's fine. She's actually, I think, good at stealth too. Unless I'm misremembering. Yeah, she's pretty good at stealth. Okay,
Ooh, Rhea.
Nice.
so just gonna make some
That
rolls.
helps.
Feel free to RP while the traveling is happening.
So you guys see Ophelia like holding up that necklace, being like, "Guys, but for real, look how pretty this is. All I gotta do is change it to Paylor."
That can be done with jeweler's tool.
Clank, are you able to help with that?
I bet I could.
I need you, my favorite bird. What about tonight when we're getting ready to rest?
I can see what I can do.
Alright, so while traveling, Rhea helps you avoid an encounter with some demons.
Nice.
Unless the group wishes to attack them, I'll assume you keep moving.
Yeah.
keep moving
Okay. Alright, so 4 hours would find you in a somewhat rocky, mountainous area. So you will arrive here. What do you want to do? It's now about 4 p.m. I guess it would be 5 hours. Sorry, the trip did take a little longer because the survival rolls weren't great. So yeah, it's about 4 p.m. now.
Does it look like we have a good? We can make a good spot here for a short rest.
Rhea says, "Let me survey." And someone can help her with a survival check. That's what she's going to use. Just takes me a little while to open her sheet because, I don't know, it loads up a bunch of things, I think.
I'm gonna roll after Rhea just to show Kudo how it's done.
For whatever reason, oh, well, there you go. So Rhea's having some trouble finding something, but Ophelia would locate a nice little spot that is mostly hidden from both the sky and the kind of plains / wasteland areas around. It's like kind of a covered rock area. So you think you should be safe here, or at least less likely to be attacked. So, you just trying to pass time till the morning?
We're trying to take a short rest.
Oh, short rest first?
Yeah, because it's only...
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, yeah, because it's only like 4 or 5 p.m., so I think we can get maybe a few more hours in before we find a spot. Because
Cool.
I think our goal now is just to get to the meeting place and get out of here as fast as possible, right?
I dig it.
We can't benefit from a long rest yet, so.
Yeah, you have to wait
Let's
a
keep
while.
moving. Let's short rest and keep moving.
Exactly, I agree.
And friends, if we need me to be someone else, I think I have the Ultra Self magic in my notes.
Oh, shit.
I
didn't
just need
see
to
that.
look.
I didn't see that
I just
spell
need-
prepared.
It's not prepared, so I need to wait until tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
I need to study my notes and make sure I remember everything.
Okay. The disguise kit could work too. That might be less taxing on your energies, but
True that.
both
Cool.
ways work for me.
Cool. Well,
Alright, so during the rest, Balak is going to approach Ophelia and say, I really do appreciate all you've done for me, by the way. You and your friends. Says it would have been easy to just leave me behind as another crazy person lost within the abyss, but I'm glad I'm getting a chance to maybe do something with my life.
Well, you can see from our group, we're all a little crazy, right? Look where we're at.
He says, yeah, but none of you have demons piggybacking off your consciousness. I'm a little bit more dangerous.
But I'm hoping that, at least with me by your side, Palo's guidance might be able to bring you back every time you do drift.
He nods. He says, I've been meaning to ask you, the turtle, I believe his name is Kudo?
Correct.
He says, where do you know him from?
Oh, man, that's a long story. So, Kudo, you originally came when we were back in Issac, right? Yeah.
Am I here?
No, he wouldn't be asking you this in front of Kudo. He's kind of off to the side.
I would say, well, back on our home plane, there was a city of undead that we were trying to cleanse and discover and go through. And Kudo came at an opportune time. He was able to get us kind of out of a jam. And he's kind of just traveled with us since, being a good ally and helping us through everything.
Huh.
Why do you ask?
Oh, just out of character, just to say is Ophelia Ophelia would know that Kudo was from a different time. I think Kudo shared pretty much everything with you guys about his.
Yeah, I'm not telling him yet, though.
Okay, gotcha.
So he just kind of nods and says, I see. And with your passive insight, you get the feeling something about Kudo is bothering him.
I say, what is it about our friend that bothers you, Balak?
Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. Did I give the impression Kudo was bothering me? That was not.
No. I figure what you're asking, that kind of came out of the blue. You're not normally one to ask these sorts of questions. I'm just curious as to why.
Give me a.
I mean, it's totally persuasion.
Yeah, give me a persuasion. I'll
You
give
got
you
this.
advantage on this.
Inspiration. Oh, nice.
Alright, well, 21. He says, well, it's hard to explain, but for some reason, something I've noticed ever since this demon, I think the demon disease was attached to me, I see strange auras from people. And his aura, well, it's not like something I've seen before.
What do you mean?
He says, well, most people's auras are fairly similar. Like your aura and most of the people's auras are, like I said, kind of look the same. His is a little darker. And for some reason, there's almost like a raven. I'm seeing like something to do with a raven, which I'm not sure what to make of that. Because I don't see what the connection would be.
Do you think it could come from the fact that he does come from like a different time?
This is I don't know.
I know that he just he did come from a different time, and I believe he does have some affiliation.
It's almost like he's marked by something.
Yeah, he was talking to ravens and stuff before, and I think out of character, Kudo, do we know that you talk with the Raven Queen?
The Raven Queen, no, I don't talk to the Raven Queen. I don't think you know who I talk to, but you do know that like I've always been asking the group, have you seen ravens? And you know that I go like back on the other plane that like I walked away with Radu to visit the ravens. Like, so I think you know that.
Okay. Yeah. Well, apparently I don't know if I misassume. So I'll just say, yeah, he talks to those birds all the time, Balak.
Yeah, well, It just struck me as a little odd. I guess not knowing what it means is just makes me a little uncomfortable. So if you don't know either and you trust him, I guess I shouldn't worry too much about it.
I do appreciate the insight and your concern. It does show that you still have some of your humanity left, Balak, that you're concerned about us. But no, I do trust Kudo. You know, everybody has their secrets, right? So maybe we can find out at another point. We could always just ask him.
Well, it's up to you. I don't know I don't know him enough to just pose a question like that. It would feel invasive.
Oh, it's fine. I'm like, hey, Kudo, and I call him over.
Yeah.
Kudo will hear you in the distance and give a deep bow and then start waddling over.
Hey, Kudo, I'm just curious. Balak says he senses like an aura of ravens off of you. Is that why you always talk to him?
Well, the aura is dark, but it's more the mark of a raven.
Oh, yeah, see, that's what he said.
I did not know about this aura, but I was brought not to this plane, but the other plane that we came from. In that time, I was brought there by a raven, or a boy who turns into ravens and has many ravens under his. Seems to peer at the world through ravens.
That's very odd, but yeah, I don't know much about a child who can control or look through raven's eyes. Do you know his name?
Yes. Well, Kudo will wonder, does he think it's safe to say the guy's name?
What do you mean safe?
Like he knows, like, I guess it's safe. It's not like,
He didn't tell you not to use his name, I don't think.
Okay. I must speak to him again to know if it's okay to share such knowledge. But I do not mean to keep any secrets from you. But I also do not wish to anger some higher powers.
Well, I mean, I myself, whatever. I did not wish to pry. It was more Ophelia who called you over. I do not, I'm not going to force you to tell me anything. I have no right to do so.
Yeah, cool. I just want to know. Like, I'm curious about you, man. You're one of my favorite turtles.
I believe
Kudo,
it's Tortle.
Yeah.
He says.
Kudo, and Kudo will nod of appreciation at that correction. But Kudo will also kind of shake his head. You do not pry. And in fact, actually, I would contradict in that I wish to pry. I do not know much, to tell you the truth. I am seeking to learn more of my past. Much of it has been obscured by something.
He says, how old are you exactly?
I gotta look this up. All this.
I forget how old turtles can live to.
I am 13 years of age, but I have gone through some strange times that this is my best recollection of my age. I do not know when exactly I was born.
Wait,
Really?
you're
They
younger
only
than
live-
me?
They only live 40 years? That's strange. Turtles
Yeah,
live
they only
longer
live-
than that.
It's actually like their curse, but in the 2024 rules, they might have lifted that. No, Clank, you're right, but they might have changed that in the new rules.
Did they redo turtles? Are they one of the playable races?
Oh, they're not even in the playable races. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
But,
I don't think. I mean, they probably will, but they're not there yet.
Yeah, the story is that I think they were cursed or something like that, so that's why they have a short lifespan.
Oh, okay. It's interesting. So he'll say, well, if there's anything I could do to help you, I'd be happy to. Balak says, I know what it's like to kind of lose oneself. Obviously, I was almost lost to the madness of this place, so I owe you all. And if there's anything I can do to help any of you, I'm happy to do it.
There's one thing you could do, which is to join us back on the other plane. We would not find any answers here.
Says, do you mean Gaian?
Indeed.
Well, as long as you think it's safe to bring me back, I still worry about how the demon inside me will react.
Well, Balak, you'd be okay if we had to strike you down if the demon took control, right?
Nods. He
Yes.
says, I would expect nothing less.
Yeah, so we're fine.
And Kudo will nod at Ophelia. I have a similar arrangement with this party. I too have something in my mind.
Wait. Oh, I thought you were going to say you were going to kill us.
No. Back on Gaia, remember I revealed that I have a tadpole, right? And that you guys
Oh, yeah.
would kill me if I ever transformed or something like that. But
I remember now. Well, good to know.
He says, well,
Thanks for refreshing my memory, Kudo.
he
I was out
says,
of character.
yeah, so wait, you didn't mention the tadpole in front of him?
I did not mention a tadpole in front of him.
Okay.
I just in character I just said there's something in my mind, but I just reminded Ophelia that I did reveal to the party that I had a tadpole. Yeah.
He says, interesting. So then you may know better than anyone kind of what I've been going through.
I think so. At least a piece of it. But what speaks in your mind might be different than mine. But do not fret. we all have our mysteries that we wish to uncover.
Nods and says, I hope finding out my mystery doesn't break me in some way. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Says I should get back to resting.
At that, Ophelia sprints over, yelling, "Clank, Rhea, did you know Kudo's only 13 years old? That means I'm older!"
Yeah, we're trying to be quiet here, right? We're
Rhea
just
just
don't-
rolls her
Ophelia.
eyes.
He told us that a long time ago.
Yeah, but now it's like official. He told Balak too.
Alex says,
You're an
I
interesting one.
really don't think it's a big deal. But, yes.
That means I'm kind of like the oldest one in the group, guys. Okay.
I feel like kind of like goblins though, turtles, because they live that long. Like, you know, at 13, I'm not like just like I'm like super young, but I'm not like I'm maybe like in 20s if I'm human years or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah, but that doesn't matter to Ophelia. Oh, she knows for sure. She probably would know, but be like, but get this.
So...
Get what? While this is all going on, could I read through the contract?
Yeah.
Sure.
Try to.
I guess give me an intelligence check.
Okay, I'm gonna use a Kenku recall on this to get advantage. Check, not a save.
Ooh, good Kenku.
Nice.
So 20. So you're looking through. This is a pretty long contract with a bunch of smaller clauses. As you're getting towards the end, you notice something of concern.
Yeah.
If the devil is slain before the contract is ended, the bearer of the contract will die within 5 days.
Oh my god.
So whoever's holding the contract dies?
Whoever the contract is for.
Ah.
Okay. We might have to revivify Krusk.
Bring him back.
Can we even revivify him? We collected
Well,
his essence.
this is actually going into something story related that Clank wanted to do, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So this, and I don't think, well, I'm assuming he wouldn't tell you all about this.
Nope, I'm gonna keep that quiet.
Yeah.
Alright.
So you feel a little bit of a worry, and choose, just keep it to yourself for now. Maybe in character, Clank thinks he can figure something out to deal with this without
Work
worrying
around
the
it.
group. Yeah. But you are very intelligent.
Yep.
All right.
Fortunately, I don't have a book of demons.
Yeah. So the time would pass. Actually,
Well, shit, Clank.
so go ahead and, if you want, you can do a short rest.
Thank you. Oh, hang on.
That is okay. Sorry, just give me a sec. I have to. Gonna set up a healing macro for Balak's hit dice.
Oh, no worries. I I'm very low on spells. In fact, I'm pretty much almost completely out.
Yeah, let's head for a little bit more now that we rested and look for a place to long
Kudo,
rest.
do you have like a spell storing ring or something that I could put spells into?
Oh, I think Rhea has a ring.
Ah,
I don't think she's using it, but I don't want to take it from her unless.
yeah.
That would be handy for sure. Somebody should be attuned to it.
Well, not me. I'm all full.
Oh man.
Alright, so Balak is back at full. Oh, and just FYI, they changed it so you get back full hit dice on a short or a long rest.
Oh, that's awesome.
That is a 5.5 thing, which I will be using.
Ooh. Okay.
How I like that.
So you have to worry about only gaining back, half your level.
That changes how many dice I just used, so thank you.
Yeah, I might as well just use. Yeah, that's alright. Fuck it. I'm not sure how I feel about that rule.
Well, you can still run out of hit dice, before the end of the day. I think they were trying to make healing all around more used, and there's a bunch of powers now that use hit dice, so I think that's why they did it. Like, a bunch of the healing you do, like I know for like the healer's feat, for example, you spend hit dice, and I think there's a bunch of spells that spend hit dice instead of just flat healing you.
Yeah.
Or at least you can like augment it by spending hit dice. So yeah, you would pass the short rest. What do you want to do?
We are going to keep going up north and around until, I don't know, for like another 5 hours.
So Rhea says, before we go, just a reminder, if we are going to do something, because we keep talking about it, about that siege creature, are we going to do that now or just forget it?
Well, we're already gone. We can kind of just forget it at this point. But
She nods.
we do have this dude that we can talk to in case we need to ask any questions.
All right. Just wanted to check before we got too far away from that camp. All right, so you're attempting to travel. Let's see. It's 5. So how far do you want to travel at this point? I assume just along the mountains to kind of use them to hide yourselves.
Yeah, we'll go up and around, hug to the south, to the north side of the mountains, trying to stay hidden. So not moving like super fast. It's not about speed. I'd like for us to try to remain like hidden, so that way we're not being bombarded from like aerial attacks and we can travel safely.
All right. So it'll take longer, but I'll say you have advantage on any stealth checks you make to hide the group.
Yep.
Cool.
Okay, so you are traveling. And like I said, how late do you want to travel?
Until like 10 p.m., so it's 5 now, 5 more hours.
Alright, so that should get you to about here.
Okay.
Staying, hugging the mountains.
Where? I can't see.
Up here.
Okay.
Alright, so let me make some rolls. I'll take up to 2 survival and 2 stealth checks from the group. The stealth checks would be at advantage.
I'm not a stealthy person. Hey.
Apparently Clank is.
Yeah.
Ophelia says, I'll help with the survival.
Rhea is better at survival than I am.
Or, sorry, Rhea, yeah. So she'll take one of the rolls. Why do I keep closing her sheet?
Because you have too many things open.
Yeah, that's probably why. It's like a reflex. I just keep closing things that I shouldn't be. Okay. Survival. Oh, yeah.
Nice.
So you make pretty good time. Just gonna roll for the actual trip. Okay. Stealth is 26, survival 24. Alright. Okay, so you managed to get to about there with 5 hours of travel, making really good time. It's now 10 p.m. and starting to get very dark out.
So
Maybe
look,
a little bit closer to the mountain, just like a bit south.
Yeah, that's just the stupid token
Oh, the
thing. Hang
snapping.
on.
Okay, no
I
worries.
just need to resize it to be close to the mountain. It's weird.
All right, let's
look for a place to rest for the night.
exactly. Let's try to make a shelter that's a little bit blended in with the surroundings, maybe.
Alright, so setting camp. Riala says, yeah, I can scan the terrain. So yeah, she finds a cave kind of a little further up in the mountains where you are going to set a camp. Alright, so you are setting up your camp. You have, I assume you're just going to eat rations for the evening? Oh, does
Yeah, we got like
oh,
200
yeah, okay.
rations.
Kudo finds a better spot. That's fine.
We have, I don't know if we have enough rations, but yeah, we'll eat some.
We got 200 of gross rations.
I think he was
We
being
have
sarcastic.
450. So I'll pass. How many rations do I have to pass out?
4?
It'll
5.
just be, the 5 of you.
Okay.
Yeah, Balak, my usual stance with NPCs is they have their own stuff, but I'll tell you if they need it. So, you're getting camp set up, getting ready to sleep for the night. And, Ophelia, you hear that voice again. It
Oh,
says,
yeah.
Fret not, child. I know that you must be concerned as to who I am and why you keep hearing from me, but all shall be explained in time. He says, I cannot tell you too much, as it might endanger you, but there is something about you that is far from ordinary. He says, still, I would like to help you if I can. He says, can I give you some advice?
Actually, yeah. You sound okay. Okay, yeah. Give me some advice.
He says, first, before I give you the advice, I will give you a question if you wish to know a little bit more about me. He says, I'll try to answer it as best I can, but there's a chance I won't be able to. I'm sorry I've been so cryptic so far. I know it must be annoying to you, but believe me when I say I do it for your own good.
Okay. What is your ultimate end goal with helping me?
He says there is an essence, a spirit to you that, I am interested in seeing grow stronger. He says a great legacy that you probably yet do not know of. He says, I think that if we are to survive, it will be through your actions.
Who do you mean by we?
He says, I cannot say, at least not yet.
Okay. So, all right. How are you speaking to me, though?
This is your Ion Stone, the one you found in the cave. He says, I am bound to it.
Oh.
He says,
Can I have a name?
He says, well, I serve a powerful celestial being, not exactly a god, but a creature bound to Palor. I assure you it is a good creature. A name?
At least maybe a nickname or something I can call you.
He says, well, there is a name. It's not too relevant to me anymore, but if you need one, I was once known as Dotoris.
Okay, so Dotoris, I guess I said thank you. I'm allowed to, like, tell other people about you, right?
He says, if you wish, though they might be concerned that you're hearing voices. Still,
it's
I will leave
probably
that up
nothing
to you.
I don't know about that.
Okay, so what is this advice, Dotoris? How can you help us?
He says, this may sound harsh, but your friend, your ally, Balak, he says, he will not come to a good end if you let him return to Gaian. It might be best if you were to put him down.
Why do you say that?
He says, his spirit, it's scarred by something very evil. There's a chance he could come through it, but if he doesn't, his soul will be torn asunder anyway, and nothing but a vile creature will remain. He wrestles with a darkness that is currently being kept at bay through the potion. He says, but it is something that he will never rid himself of, and I don't know if he's strong enough to continue to keep it contained. He says, it is a hard decision to make. He says, but it is one that would benefit him in the long run if he was just put to rest.
Okay, I mean, I guess that is something I can talk with him about, but I'd like to try to find a way to save everyone if possible, even if there's risks involved.
He says, I've seen that about you. You have a good heart. Unfortunately, as you will learn as you grow older, there are times when being good means making tough decisions. He says, I would not say this if I didn't worry, and I thought there was another way. But I'll, of course, I have no... It's not my decision to make, it is yours. I just warn you that he might be much worse off if he is allowed to return to Gaian. He says, there is great pain and sadness and regret that one such as him could accrue should he lose control and the demon kill innocents, especially people he loves.
Is there any way we can rid himself of this demon?
He says, I don't know for sure, but I don't think so. At this point, the taint of this place is too much a part of him. Tearing it forth would destroy him.
That's a lot to throw on me, Dotoris. I mean,
and it's not a decision you must make now, but I wanted to make sure you knew of the possibility that he could be a danger to himself and to innocents.
How would he fare if we were going to go to the Celestial Realm?
He says, well, the Celestial Realm probably wouldn't be much safer for him, as most Celestials would just want to have him put down. He says, being put down wouldn't be a terrible thing for him. He would be, assuming he was judged to be a good person, would be able to return to Moradin, as all dwarves do.
And if this demon takes control of him, he won't have that chance?
He says, well, he would be judged for at least partially, for things he had done, even if he is being controlled. Though obviously it wouldn't be to the same extent, because it wouldn't be him making the decision. He says, it's a very complicated situation to be in, but I just, like I said, wanted to give you that information, because I think the decision will help make you a better and stronger agent of good, whatever you decide.
I appreciate it, Taurus. Yeah, I do think the best decision is probably just telling, I guess, the party. I trust these people with my life as much as I trust Paler with my own.
He says,
so yeah, let me see what they have to say.
Well, you don't know me very well, so it might be best to think on it and maybe learn more about me before you make a decision, but I just wanted to give you some information that maybe you could look into.
Well, it's not like we have a lot of time if we're going to be basically leaving tomorrow, assuming we get there on time. So, we might as well.
He says another option would be to have him remain here and fend for himself. But I almost feel like that would be a worse option.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Taurus. If you have any other advice, I would be glad to hear it. Outside perspectives do give me greater insight for my own.
He says, I will keep this in mind.
Okay.
Good luck to you, my child. He says,
Thank you,
I know your ancestors smile upon you for your actions. Give me an insight check.
Did I not roll? Okay.
Nice.
So there seems like that kind of caught you off guard, speaking of your ancestors, almost like he knew something of them. You feel there might be more relevance to that statement.
So, what do you mean by my ancestors? The Von Lisseltanias?
He doesn't answer.
Okay. I will call over the entire party.
Okay.
And kind of sit down and be like, guys,
This
some crazy
includes,
shit happened.
you're
Balak.
calling over Balak as well? Okay.
Yeah. So everybody, I said, guys, some crazy shit. So, you know that stone? Apparently there's a celestial in it, and it's talking to me, and it knows a lot about me. But I don't know why, I feel like I can trust it.
Oh,
You speak of that stone that orbits your head?
Yeah.
Realis says,
like-
I believe it's an ion stone.
But, like, remember that mace thing that we found that was, like, had that thing in it? That thing I could not trust at all. I knew that thing was evil. I don't have that same feeling with this one.
Kudo will, upon hearing this news, he'll kind of look up at you, and he has a kind of like a nod of recognition. So you have a voice too.
Oh, yeah, I guess I do. What concerns me the most is this voice spoke of concern for you, Balak. It was saying that overcoming this demonic entity you face would be quite difficult. And it viewed it maybe more as a grace to put you out of your misery. I'd like for us to try to overcome this, but you realize like this is going to be like a lifelong battle, and I don't know if Gaian's going to be the proper step for you. So I'm curious what all of you think, and Balak, what you think about this. And then I kind of go into more detail and explain like how it was talking about his soul being tainted and being like ripped asunder if it did take over, and then how he's still going to be judged by Moradin after.
Give me a persuasion check. So he kind of goes quiet for a moment. He says, I finally gained back a part of myself, and Now you're telling me I'm destined to lose it again? He says, there must be a chance. He says, I think I should at least go back to Gaian and see what we can figure out. I lost so much time, so much already. I'm not ready.
Well, Balak, if you can hold on to that. I feel like that might be key in maintaining who you are and not letting this thing take control of you. I'm willing to go with you on this journey.
Me too.
I agree. If there is a chance that we could rid Balak of the demonic influence, then I am all for it. We have already done so much with the potions.
I do think it's important you understand what it could mean for you, though. I don't want to hide anything from you. I don't think this is going to be easy for you, Balak, but as long as you maintain that attitude and trying to maintain control of yourself, I do think we can get through this.
Says, well, believe me, I'm under no illusion that I'm rid of the demon. This is something that I already assumed, that there's always some kind of darkness within me. He says, go ahead.
Oh no, you go ahead.
Says, well, I've always felt it. I mean, when I had lost my sanity, part of me was still sort of aware of what was going on. So I saw what the demon could do, and what it turned me into. I felt it. I never want to be there again. I'll say that.
Would you be willing? Sorry, go ahead, Felix.
The dusk flowers. We were able to brew some potions, but if there is a need for more of them, should we not try to find some seedlings? Do you think they would take on the other plane?
And actually, I forgot Elric was with the group technically. So Elric would say, yes, actually, I'd been meaning to mention. I did manage to gather some seeds as well.
Excellent.
Because I think Elric was the one who went back to get some of the flowers, right?
I think it was Rhea.
Rhea did.
Oh, was it Rhea? Alright, so strike that. Rhea. I'll say Rhea, because I remember her saying something about gathering some seeds. Okay. So she'll say, yeah, I actually did take some. I figured we might need to grow these flowers for you, and she would kind of hand them over. I'll say there's 20 seeds.
We do have a master herbalist waiting for us back at Gaian.
And I'm sure Rhea could also help this herbalist.
Rhea nods. She says, my only concern is that sometimes plants like these need a very specific place to grow, and I don't know if these will grow outside the abyss. She says, I don't know much about dusk flowers.
Alright. I'm going to add in the ledger these dusk flower seeds.
Cool, I was just about to. Thank you.
I'll say, yeah, maybe, I don't know, who would she give them to?
Are they like weightless, I'm guessing?
Yeah, they wouldn't weigh anything. Okay. I'll say she gave them to Rhea, I guess. Well, no, I'll say she gave them to Ophelia.
Okay.
Because I don't really want to have to track them in an NPC sheet.
Do you want to put them in
it's in the ledger. You don't have to track it in the sheet.
Love you.
So I guess you put it in your bag of holding.
Yeah, that works. And then, so I do say to Balak, I'm like, would you be okay traveling with us for the foreseeable future, just to make sure if something does happen, we're there to deal with it?
Yes, of course. And as you said, if I do lose myself again and the potion can't bring me back, I will expect you to end me and end my suffering.
That's a fair compromise, Balak. It's hard to argue with it.
He says, I don't dare travel alone. I wouldn't want to become a demon again and not have someone to put me down. So I am bound to you, at least for the foreseeable future.
Kudo would notice, maybe he will notice that Clank seems a little bit quiet on the side. Hasn't spoken up much, and Clank will kind of waddle up to Kudo will waddle up to Clank and pat him on the back a little bit and be like, "Is anything the matter, Clank?"
I appreciate you, Kudo, and Ophelia. You all are, and Ria, you all are some really great friends.
Of
I
course.
think it'll be okay. I look forward to getting back to Gaia and being out of the abyss. I fear I've been here for too long.
Could I insight what Clank is saying if something is deeper is maybe troubling him?
Sure, you can do an insight check. I guess Clank would do a deception.
Yeah.
So yeah, you definitely feel like Clank is bothered by something. Doesn't seem like he wants to talk about it.
All right, I'll respect that though, and carry on.
Yeah. I guess Ophelia would sense this too.
Worry about this contract I made with that devil. I was hoping that our friends, we could help them back to Gaia, but they have all been slain. I fear it was all for nothing.
Kudo will just shake his head sadly. Do not let this burden you so. It's cannot say all these happenings fall on anyone's shoulders. Let us press on and get back to our home plane.
Let us think of all the lives we are saving, Clank. All the Celestials, the Tieflings, and our group here. Although lives have been sacrificed, I feel like we did the best with what we could, right?
Alright. Why don't we do a 10-minute break, because we're a little past the halfway point.
Sounds good.
And yeah, come back afterwards. Alright, I'll be back.
Cool.
Good shit, guys. I mean, I got a lot of typing to do already. A lot of RP.
Dude, this is a yeah.
Who's scribe tonight?
Me.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah, I hope you catch everything. There's a lot of stories. Jeez.
oh man, yeah.
I'm at a page and a page and a quarter right now.
Oh, that's a fraction of my typical.
Yeah. And this is like, I'm kind of abbreviating too, right? So.
Friends, can either of you use any of these scrolls? Scroll of Sea Invisibility, Thunderwave.
Yeah, I could use any of those scrolls.
Cool.
Whatever you want to spare. Is this like you know when somebody gives away all their shit before they die or something like that, you know?
That's kind of how I'm trying to play it off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna pry. I'm gonna let you do your thing and surprise us on where you're taking this. Yeah, whatever you want to give me, I'll take. Just type in the chat and I'll move it over. We have a bunch of things unidentified, Ophelia. In your bag.
I can help identify those.
Oh yeah, dude, there's a bunch of shit.
I'm pretty sure the unidentified potion was identified and is gone with Enum at this point. I'm going to delete that. Pretty sure that was the giant strength.
You want to take those 2 scrolls, Kudo?
Sure.
I think that those 2 specifically are probably better on you than.
I just have no spell slots right now, so I might have to use them really quickly.
Yeah, but like they're also good in a clutch for you, I think, as compared to some of the other people. And I think you can cast both, right? So
I can cast. I mean, you would be able to use it too, but I think I can twin it off the scroll, which would be kind of cool. The invisibility,
because I can see invisibility, but I don't think I can do Thunderwave.
Ooh.
Who can use Thunderwave? Rhea and you can use Thunderwave.
Yeah. Artificers, wizards, I assume sorcerers. But
Bard, Druid, Sorcerer, Wizard can use Thunderwave.
Man, this is some good RP. I don't know how somebody's gonna step into this game. I'm kind of sad Elric left because he had a lot of backstory to contribute.
Oh yeah, that would have been some cool stuff too.
Well, I feel like we're at a junction in the game where if there was somebody in the other games that didn't make it farther, would be enticing for them to join in this one, like I did,
Yeah. There's Raven's a really good DM.
Right.
Yeah, ever since Matt introduced me into this campaign, I've like fallen in love with it. And Ophelia is my very first character I made that I restarted up. I like wanted to put a lot of time and effort into doing this shit, so like I actually invested a lot of my own personal time. So like out of all the games I think I've played, this one I think I'm probably the most invested in.
Oh, what other games are you in?
I'm in Sunday night's game as well, but that's still Lou. But I had played in like 3 other big campaigns before. One of them went like 3 years, one of them went like a year, and the last one went like 3 months. But even the one that went like 3 years, I was still like, I had a lot of blast with it, but the dude he was good, but he wasn't great. He was good for an average person, let's say that. So, was it what?
A paid game or free?
No, these were all like friends and stuff. So this is like lose my first paid one.
Yeah, you can't. It's not that so comparable. Your buddy was just doing it on his free time. So,
yeah. And yeah, Matt was the one that was like, dude, you gotta join. This dude's good as shit. He knows what he's fucking talking about. The stories are solid. Like, why don't you come look at this? And he's like, and Matt, then he'd been asking me for like 3 to 6 months before he's like, hey, he's finally starting a new game. Come join. And I was like, okay. I mean, yeah, you put like 2 years into a character, you know.
Kudo was there from my first game.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Matt's
a long time ago.
Yeah.
Matt's always said how much he likes playing with you.
Oh yeah, I had a blast playing with Matt's.
Oscar. Bogger.
I got a little envious. I was like, what the fuck? You got a new best friend? This dude sounds cool as shit. I want to be friends with him too.
Yeah. You know,
I should
think,
oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I do think Clink is gonna has to tell you guys. He's not gonna hide stuff.
It's hard to play having secrets, isn't it?
You know, yeah, but especially from Ophelia, just because of Clink's. Yeah, we got history.
And Ophelia doesn't lie for shit. She's like, yeah, guys, this is what's going on, and she just bloods her mouth over everything.
And you also like killing things.
Yeah, Ophelia can't keep a secret.
That was a trident. Wait, 4 pounds.
Like, Felix, there were a bunch of moments where they're like, hey, we want to all do this thing. And Ophelia's like, guys, we should just tell the truth. And everybody's like, no, we should lie about it. And then it turned out horribly, and she's like, see?
where I feel like a lot of plans go wrong is like when they get too complicated, you know.
Keep it simple.
You know?
Keep it simple.
Ophelia's like, yeah, just tell everyone the truth. Have everyone work together. Be peaceful. Like, why are we fighting?
Those are all valid questions. And yeah.
We kind of did fuck shit up in Char a little bit.
Yeah, that did not turn out in an optimal way. That, you know,
I still blame our.
You know, yeah. He was the charismatic one of the party.
And he was
You
like,
know, Ophelia kind of did her own thing too.
yeah. Elric's like, master plan, mwahaha. And then none of it ever worked out.
That's awesome.
She's like, dude, I'm the puppet master pulling all the strings. And then Ophelia's like, hey.
I got an idea to backstab everybody to get them to work together. So, yeah. Yep.
We ended up having like a talk with him at one point too. This was like way earlier in the session because he was kind of going off the rails a bit. And we're like, dude, we don't mind if you do, but we need to know, like, out of character, like, what your plans are. Like, because when you're doing all this shit, it looks suspicious. It looks like you're kind of fighting against us. Like, if you can just tell us, like, hey, this is my character and this is my ultimate end goal for him, then we can kind of work and play around with it. But if you're just like, no, I'm doing all this and this and this and this because I have this master plan, but we don't fucking know about it, then we're like, dude, you're just being a dick.
Well, yeah, that kind of happened in our game. Like our original game, yeah.
Yep.
I ended up like we sat like we all had like a big group talk and talked about it, and like it was immediately immensely better afterwards.
Yeah, that didn't happen in the Siege Breakers.
Yeah,
we tried talking about it, and yeah.
I feel like it's got to a point. He got a lot more experience. He did learn a lot more. We were open and frank about everything, about how we were feeling and why it was bothering us, and he responded positively. So
we were open about it too. Like, and the chat was like blowing up with it. He just he just kept kind of laughing at it. Quite honestly.
Well, I'll pat myself on the back because I ended up having to talk with him.
You're gonna blame yourself.
Yeah, I'll blame myself. He was like feeling like he was being outed because we had a conversation about it, and I was like, no, look, like, this is why, like, we wanted to bring it to you in like a peaceful way. We're not trying to like scheme behind your back or anything, like, but these are our concerns and this is why. And I kind of just brought it up to him. Like, we had like a real long talk one day. I just brought it up to him and explained everything real frankly, and he was like, no, cool, like, understood, like, yeah, all right. And then he shared like what he wanted his character to do, how he wanted to have his arc play out, how he said he had learned a lot from his first playthrough too with Elric. So
yeah, he was going to get turned into an NPC again if he continued on his way.
Yeah.
I mean, that's basically what you do. I mean, when a PC goes against the party, and I had a game, not with somebody quite like Nate, but it was the DM called it out in the very beginning. If you guys can do all these evil things, and but you're just gonna get turned into an NPC. Like, so I'm not taking away your agency, but like it kind of
there's consequences.
Kind of like the player contract, like the player part contract.
Yeah. And I think realizing some of the consequences of our actions, like, and how it kind of went against everybody, and like everybody was kind of pissed about it, like, it was a good talk. It really was a really good talk.
Yeah.
Everyone see the new season of Arcane?
Oh, I've heard it's actually pretty good.
Well, I mean, the whole show is amazing. Have you seen the first season?
I've seen the first.
All right. Yeah.
I'll try to check it out. I've been reading. We probably want to get back to the game soon, but I'll bring it up at the end of the session.
Sure.
Wow, what a teaser!
All right. So we were long resting.
During the night, Clank would be sitting around the fire and call Ophelia and Kudo and Rhea over and say, friends, I fear I may not have much time left. I might not make it back to Gaia with you.
Why do you say that?
It appears this the contract I signed to save all of our friends, bring them back to Gaia, won't let me return with you.
Are you talking because of the contract?
Yes.
What did it say?
Well, I think the end is near for me. But it'll be okay.
Clank, can you give more details? Like, that's pretty vague, buddy.
Kudo will be like, can we see the contract?
I'll hand it over to Kudo and point out the fine print. Yeah.
Oh God.
And there, you see it for yourself.
It says that he will perish if the master of this contract has perished in 5 days' time.
Well, there's two things I guess we could do, right? One of them is we could bring back what's-his-fuck-face, Krusk, and like bring him back so maybe he can like absolve it. The other thing would be like we can bring people back from the dead, Clank. Like if you die, we can just bring you back.
I think this is more of the soul.
Ooh.
Well,
Yeah, and
Just
Clank, really quick, you would guess because of your 19 investigation that bringing him back would still count as him perishing, so you don't think it would keep you from perishing.
I will pass that along. I believe it is too late for that, my friends.
and just
But,
add a character. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
But, friends, I am just a mere mortal. I didn't have many years left. It is okay.
It's not okay, dude.
As long as you get back to Gaia.
Well, maybe the Celestials can know something and help.
Maybe. But these contracts are pretty binding.
And just to add a character, like, what do you want us to do? Do you want us to try to figure this out, or is this like Lou kind of vaguely mentions, and you guys can surprise us, but like that this is going towards where you want to go?
This is going that way towards yeah.
Sounds good.
There's not. I don't think there is much we can do.
Well, Clink, I'm not giving up hope on you yet, buddy. We already tried dealing with this one way. Let's look for another before we call it quits.
I appreciate that. We still have a few days. Let's get to safety first.
Yeah, let's do everything we can. Well, thanks for sharing. I know it's probably pretty hard on you. How are you feeling after learning that?
Oh, a little depressed, but I've felt a little depressed since I've been in the abyss. Ophelia, I came here to make sure that you and Kudo and Alvin and Rhea do not need to come here for my decisions.
Well, how'd that work out?
I did not expect to ever come back to Gaia.
Well,
seems a bit
perhaps
fatalistic, Rhea says.
Perhaps we can at least get you out of this shithole. And
we came here to save you, Clank. Like, why are you so hell bent on, pardon the expression, not returning home?
Oh, it is more the reality of the situation than me being hell bent on not returning home.
She says, my
first goal in jumping through that portal was to make sure that none of you had to jump through this portal, because I have read about the abyss and I know that once you're here, there is no escape.
She says, well,
and I knew you all wanted to come.
You should have known we would follow you anyway.
I know I should have. I didn't think you all were that stupid.
Clank, I'm known for my blind faith, not my smarts, buddy.
She may have miscalculated on your deduction of how smart we all were.
Apparently. But, it'll be okay. Let's get back to Gaia as soon as we can.
She says, well, I had hoped we could bring you with us. If there's magic that Ophelia can use to bring you back, I'm hoping we can do that. I have to admit, I've grown fond of you.
Me too. I hope so as well.
Alright. So the night is going to pass. And I think I'm ready to level you guys up.
Oh shit!
Because I think technically we might be entering a new storyline here.
That's massive.
So yeah, why don't we call it a milestone, and you guys, before you level up, let me share my my stuff with you in case you're using the thing to level. 'Cause I don't think I'm sharing with this game right now. Oh, wait, I am sharing. Alright, so never mind. Go ahead. Those of you who are, using 5.5, which I don't know if anyone is, actually, so that probably doesn't matter.
But we got a long rest and leveled up.
Yes, the night was
Sweet.
quiet other than that discussion. So yeah, you can go ahead and level up to 10. Alright, I'll be right back. Just to grab something.
Ooh, divine intervention. That's all I think I really get. And a cantrip. Okay. What do I take here for my cantrip? Word of Radiance?
I mean, you don't have like a ton of options, but yeah.
Nope.
I guess Word of Radiance, if I'm going to be using my blender and getting up in them and I get surrounded, just like, you get 2d6, and you get 2d6, and you get 2d6.
My dog will not stop farting.
I mean, it's a con save, so it's not that reliable, fortunately.
Well, con saves are good against certain things like casters and rogues.
True. Those aren't the ones that are going to usually surround you, though.
No, well, Word of Radiance, what's the range on it? 60 feet?
5.
5 feet.
Oh, never mind.
It's all creatures within 5 feet of me take 2d6.
Oh, it's true. So that would go okay with your, your positioning.
I mean, that's a pretty quick level. Cool, he has 8.
Oh, and just put in chat ready when you're done leveling up, so I kind of know.
Lou, I got a question for you. You know those shadows that strength drain you, and when you hit 0, you die? If you had the gauntlets of ogre strength equipped and attuned, could those things kill you since it sets your strength to 19?
Until you took the gauntlets off, I don't think you could be drained.
Okay, so
your strength would just be 19, no matter what it actually was.
Okay. I was just curious.
Although, I might need to do some research, because I think if it hits 0, it might kill you. I don't know. Or they just protect you as long as you are attuned to them.
I'm done, but I need to fix something that's not too important to stall the game right now.
Alright. So, yeah, you awaken the next morning with new insights, feeling stronger. What do you want to do?
Let us continue forward.
Let's do it.
Alright. So, you're going to travel, I assume, most of the day. Oh, it's being weird.
Yeah. Before the night ends, Lou, would I be able to send a sending to Delania?
Sure, if you have it ready.
Yeah, I do. I would send it and just ask her if she is at the location. And we are heading there now.
She would send back, we've been captured. It's not safe here. There's too many devils.
Oh, shit. Okay. Let me send my last.
Approach cautiously if you do come. Although, yeah, approach cautiously if you do come. Some are not captured. Help them.
We'll send you a sending, the last one I have, saying, "Where are you located? We wish to come save you."
She says, "We are within the ruins, but there are too many devils. Don't come here. Our way home has been compromised."
Oh, shit. I share that with the rest of the party before the evening passes.
Well, that kind of sucks.
Hey, sorry, what happened?
I sent a sending to Delania. She said that they were captured. It's not safe. It's taken over by devils. The way home is compromised, but not everyone was captured. We should help those who weren't.
Jesus. Fuck.
And she said she's captured in the ruin. So I vote for saving them.
Yeah.
I think that is our only option. Is there another way out of here? Kudo, how did you get
That's what I
here?
know of.
How did I get here? Yeah.
The ritual you used was one
Mommy
way.
said,
Because you don't have magic to, you're not high enough level to planeswalk right now.
It's just one way.
do we, are there any temples, any teleportation circles down here that we know of? We might not have a choice.
Balak says, so close. I thought we finally had a way out of here. Should have known the Abyss would never let us leave.
As I said, you all are stupid for deciding to follow me here.
We still have a way out, Frank. It's just harder than what we thought. We can do it.
Sounds like we're killing some devils.
Balak says, well, even if we kill these devils, it sounds like their way home is no longer an option. Because I'm guessing the Celestials can't do it, or else they would have done it elsewhere.
They were also waiting for us, and she just said compromised, not lost.
Maybe you're right. Alright, well, we should get moving. We don't know how much time they have left. Alright, so traveling.
Yep, we're gonna head towards the city and look for the survivors, I guess, once we get close enough.
Hi.
Maybe if we had gone across the bridge, we could have gotten there sooner, Balak says. I hope they're gonna be okay.
We will make sure they are okay.
Alright, so give me some survival checks, again up to 2 from the group, and some stealth checks.
One from Rhea, or at least stealth and survival from Rhea, probably.
So she can do 1. Do you want her to do survival or stealth?
I guess the stealth. I mean, yeah, the stealth.
Yeah, it looks like we got the survival. Alright. Just loading up her sheet again. So, stealth. She's actually a little bit better at survival, but very good stealth roll. Alright, so instructing you, the group begins to... Oh, actually, before I did that, yeah, let me pass the night. So it is the 63rd at 8 a.m. And you all spent the day of rations, I assume. Okay. So, what did we get? A 13 survival? Alright. Alright, so you travel for 8 hours, staying close to the mountain. It is now 4. And in the distance, you would see the city, or the ruins of a city. It seems like there are quite a few... Well, actually, you're too far away. You're like a couple of miles away. So you would see like kind of ruined buildings popping up in the horizon, much taller than you were expecting. Like probably approaching 30 to 40 feet. Almost like there were some very tall buildings there at some point. Towers of some kind.
I would ask Rhea if she's able to sense the tracks of any of the survivors in the area.
She says, well, we're kind of far away. I can look around, though. It might take some time.
You think we should wait until we're closer?
She says, probably, and we should get a sense of what's going on with the, the city itself.
Rhea and either Clank or Kudo, would you guys... Who's good at sneaking?
Not I. You'll see Kudo just waddle.
I can be sneaky.
Well, it says, I am also stealthy. She looks to Clank.
Well,
she says, should we do some kind of surveillance mission? Perhaps get close and take a look?
Yeah, curious to hear what Ophelia has to say.
That's exactly what I was going to suggest, Rhea. I think you two are probably the best suited for it. You can see my armor. It kind of like move my arms and flank a bit. Like I'm not really exactly suited for it.
She nods and says, alright. I guess, well, I was going to say I could go as a bird, but it could be dangerous.
If you want to do that, I got these new magical boots that let me fly.
Says no. The wildlife around here would not support birds. The abyss, isn't really hospitable to beasts. Most of the things I've seen have been insects. There isn't much in the way of natural creatures.
I have a means to disguise all of us.
Alright.
And I'll describe the spell. I just learned it. It just came overnight. I'll describe the spell seeming.
Ooh. That seems like an effective way to get in.
Yes. Do you wish me to do this?
I would appreciate this. Ophelia, do you have any way of showing the Celestials who we truly are when we're in this different form?
I mean, I
Perhaps
guess.
a symbol you can flash at them?
I mean, yeah, I could flash Paylor to them.
Or, I don't imagine. Oh, we do have psychic communication, eh, Kudo?
I do, yes.
Cool, let's do it.
Hey, Clank, have you ever wanted to be Krusk before?
Krusk?
He's that dead body on that bear
Yes.
over there.
Yes.
Maybe they'll
Oh,
listen
I've
to
never wanted-
Clank.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I have never wanted to be him, but that seems like a way that can get us into the city.
So Ophelia luckily rolls a wisdom check and says, I don't think that's a good idea. You don't strike me as the very deceptive type, and I'm assuming that if Krusk walks in here, whatever devils these are might have questions for him.
Yes, that is true, because he did lose a miserable battle to some demons.
It's not a bad idea, I just don't know if Clank should be Krusk, because we might have to do some lying. Also, I don't think Clank speaks Infernal, if they start
Abyssal.
speaking.
Yeah.
Well, for them it would be Infernal, because they're...
Infernal,
devils.
yes. Yes. You are right.
I agree. When I used this, the other
there we go.
plane on another time, it was best to,
Lay low.
exactly, disguise, take on the form of one of the maybe lower ranked, fiends.
That seems wise.
Alright. So if this is what these guys want, I'll remind them this is gonna be us for 8 hours. I have no means of removing it. Do you want it for 8 hours or 16?
How many people can you use this on?
Pretty much everybody.
6, 10.
Because I could summon a Celestial. I still have a tablet.
How long does that last?
I don't know.
So
You got
we.
components?
Till we let them go,
Yeah.
I think.
Do you have the components for Celestial though?
I have religious components, yeah.
This
Okay.
Celestial is going to be very upset that they're in the abyss.
Yeah, but what if they're going to be saving other Celestials?
The last one did not seem happy to be
It was
on
not.
Gaia.
Well, we sent her home with no problem.
So what is the plan? We take on the guise of some
But
lower.
yeah, let's do that. Get into the city, figure out how to get back to Gaia. That seems like the best idea.
We should probably try to see if we can save the Celestials, right? That are
That
trapped.
is what they said before.
Do you have a and they're inside this city? Do you have a means
Yeah.
of locating them?
What is this one's name?
Delania?
Delania. Okay. Yes. go find Elenia.
Alright, so you're casting Seeming for 8 hours?
I'm gonna ask them. Do you guys want it for 8 hours or 16? It's not much of a change for 16, and it might be best to do that now.
That
Otherwise,
seems wise.
That does seem very wise.
okay. So
Alright.
I will. I feel like I'm playing Kudo from the other session. I will cast Seeming. Let me use the spell slot. And it's on everybody that we want, so all our allies here, any number of them.
Well, I think there's only 6 of you. There's, like, NPC-wise, there's Rhea and Balak, and that's about it.
Is Elric still with us?
Yeah, I guess Elric's there too, so 6.
And I will use a sorcery point to double the length of that time. So I will put this in the ledger as a thing that's going on.
Okay.
So there is
And what
an
are you
effect.
making everyone look like exactly?
What did we decide on? A lower ranked devils, basically.
That is wise. The most populous devil that is there.
So the only devils you've seen so far are the ones in that army unit, which were...
The Barbs?
Yeah, the
Armed.
barb devils. You would know
Armed.
there are many different types of devils. So you could choose a different one, but yeah, the barbed ones are the only ones you've seen here. As well as the imps, I guess.
Oh, maybe. So let's do a collection of barb devils and imps, and I'll be an imp because I'm short. So.
Oh, me too.
Alright,
Can you
cool.
become
So we
tiny
got-
with this spell?
Only a foot
Tiny
higher
or
or lower.
small.
So you'd be a little bit of, well, 2 feet isn't, it's a little big for an imp. Imps usually are like a foot, so you just be a really big imp.
Fine. I'll be a small barb devil then.
Be a 4-foot barb devil. I mean, I'm not saying you
Yeah,
can't be,
good.
I'm just saying you'd be a little big for an imp.
I'll be actually I probably need to be doing the talking. Would I know what kind of devils? So barb devils, imps. Was there anything else? What usually who's the smartest type of devil that we've seen?
That would be an Arcana check. Know more about Devil Society.
And I'll muse about this with Clank. Maybe he can help me.
So, you draw upon some things to try to remember more of devils. You know that the smarter ones aren't always in charge, but most of the time they are. The more powerful and intelligent ones are the ones who kind of lead things. I think the Pit Fiend is the most powerful devil, but there are quite a few.
I need something smaller.
Let's see.
I'm 3 feet tall. With Seeming, I can get to 4 feet tall.
And I'm 3.5 feet tall.
Give me a moment to look through some devils for you. Because I want to make sure I'm not just ass pulling. I'll bring up my monster thingy.
I miss pulling. That was my nickname in high school.
Bet it was.
Man, I'm sorry you were bullied in high school.
Oh, he enjoyed every second of it.
Yeah.
Apparently it was Matt bullying him.
I was gonna say
He loved
90% of
it,
it
didn't you,
from there.
nerd? Let's see. So there's a lot of fiends in here. Unfortunately, there's just fiend. I can't actually search by devil, but so there's the Cambion, who are more warrior devils. They're more swordsmen, a little bit higher level than the barb devils, I believe.
I need something small and yeah.
Okay.
Nothing too powerful, like, because you know I'm still trying to be discreet, but I'm also trying to not draw attention if I start talking and you know, smartly or whatever.
So there are the Cambion Tricksters, which are devils that are more into manipulation and like diplomacy. Often having things similar to like what a rogue would have in terms of their skills.
Okay. But sounds good to me.
Us two are that.
Those are at least like most of the others like are a little bit less humanoid. The Cambion are probably at least around this level, like, you know, the ones that look most humanoid.
Alright, so we're a bunch of barb devils and Cambion tricksters. Pick your which one you want to be. I'll be a trickster.
Me too.
Yeah, it would make more sense for the trickster to be smaller.
Perfect.
Let's see if I can give you a picture. You know what the barb devils look like.
Yeah.
Let me see if I have a picture of the tricksters.
You ever seen old school D&D pictures of barb? Oh no, I'm thinking of bearded devils. Those are funny.
Yeah, those are another very, very classic devil.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, get used to it, guys, because this is us for the next 16 hours.
We're all tricksters. Or, sorry.
Barb devils and tricksters. But a question is, what time of the day is it so I can start this timer?
Sorry, let me just get you the picture and then I'll get that time. So, it is currently 4 p.m. in the afternoon. You spent most of the day traveling close to the mountains.
Okay.
Alright, so you are approaching a small unit of devils. You have your spell going. So as you get closer, you would see there is a lot of smoke around the city, as if maybe there were a bunch of fires recently. Also, it looks like there is a hastily erected palisade around the place. As you get closer, yeah, it looks like a bunch of like wooden spikes are set up all over the place. Looks like kind of like a temporary military base of some kind.
Lou, did you see I casted Enhance Ability earlier as well? And I upped Kingsfield to give it to Clank and Kudo.
Okay. So you guys, what type of ability enhancement?
It's going to be the Charisma, yeah.
Okay, so Charisma to everyone, got it.
Just a Kudo and Clank. I do not have.
Thank you.
So as you get closer to the city, you would see something unsettling. It looks like near the entrance, there are a bunch of heads on spikes.
Oh no.
And as you get closer, you think these might be from the Celestials from your camp.
Fuck.
There are several devils there as you approach. One of them yells in Infernal. Does anyone speak Infernal?
Nope.
Alright, well one of them yells something in Infernal at the group as they're approaching. Kind of walking towards you all.
Did somebody have tongues?
I thought
do.
someone cast tongues.
I have it. I offered it. I didn't cast it.
Oh, all right. Well, yeah. Then you have no idea what this guy says as he approaches.
Because tongues, I have to touch them.
Well, you touch whoever you're casting it on.
Oh, so I don't have to cast it on like the person that I'm using it? Like
No,
to understand me?
If you have tongues, you just understand, I think, any language. You don't know what they're speaking, but you know what they're saying. The bad thing is, I don't think you can... actually, maybe you can. Maybe they... Let me see.
'Cause
Yeah,
I
the
would've
creature you
cast it if I
touch,
had
the ability to understand any spoken language. Moreover, when the target speaks, any creature that knows at least one language can understand what it says. So yeah, you wouldn't necessarily be able to speak the tongue, but they would know what you're saying. Though they might find that a little bit suspicious.
Well, I'm still gonna cast it on Kudo.
Alright, so the demon gets, or sorry, the devil, which does look like another one of the barb devils, would look kind of incredulously at you as you start chanting. Who did you cast it on?
Kudo.
Alright, so he grabs a spear and says, what is the meaning of this? Which only Kudo understands. Why are you casting spells?
And I'll like hold up my hands. I'll be like, everybody calm down. There's no reason for alarm. And I will instead. I have to say that in common, right?
Yes. So you speak in common.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
If I say it in primordial, does it convert into another language that the other guy understands?
Yes, no matter what you speak in, he'll understand you.
Okay. I'll say it in primordial. Maybe convert it over. I don't know how that works.
Let me check something. So the barb devil kind of looks at you and says, what is that tongue you're speaking, and why do I understand it? He seems a little confused.
And I'm like, fret not. Carry on. We are just passing through.
Give me a persuasion.
Oh, I have just the enhanced ability to give you advantage.
Yeah.
Yes, you have advantage. He says, carry on, you're passing through. He says, who are you people? He says, I assume you're with Krusk's unit?
In response to this...
Remember, you don't understand what he's saying.
Yeah, in response to him saying, like, hearing them talk, I am going to cast Emboldening Bond. I don't think I need to talk for that.
So, once again, he looks at you and kind of gets annoyed. He says, why do you keep casting spells?
I don't need to cast it. I just forge it.
Oh, okay. So you just do
So I do it subconsciously, so he gets a D4 to every one of these rolls going forward.
So I think there is some sort of cosmetic effect to it. So he would, look confused, like back and forth now, and say, look, he says, if you're from Krusk's unit, which I assume you're from, as we don't have any scouts out there right now, what are you doing here? Do you have a message? What's your purpose? He says, I assume you're not just wandering the abyss. You would have been killed by some of the flying demons by now.
Well, first I will shoot a telepathic link over to Ophelia, and I'll be like, do not draw much more attention. Thank you for these spells, but I think you put them on edge. And then I'll respond to the devil, and I'll be like, yes. There is grave news we bring. Krusk's camp has been overrun. The demons, a huge army, or I don't know, an army, but maybe I guess whatever, a contingent of demons overran it.
Give me a persuasion. I'll say a disadvantage because he's kind of annoyed at all the casting.
Is it?
It would be a wash, so just normal roll.
Is it deception or persuasion?
I mean, I don't feel like you're lying to him too much yet, because the army... Yeah, I'll say you can use either, though, because technically, you know, you're the ones that did it, so it's your call. 24.
I get D4. Oh, and
yeah.
Rolling Bond.
So, D4. He says, what? How? How are they destroyed? By what? Was it or what type of demons? He says they should have had much too high of numbers for any random attack.
What kind of demons was it?
So he had some rocks with him, and I think also, hang on, I'll get you the names. It was Frox.
I'll say.
Go ahead.
I'll say all those names, all those kinds of demons,
okay.
And then I'll add in something like even more powerful, like what do I know that's more powerful? That's a demon.
Balor.
Yeah, the Balor.
Balor came in there.
What? A Balor? I didn't even think one was in this level of the Abyss. What happened? Is it still out there?
It's rampaging through there. You should go there quick. You should send reinforcements over there.
Says, well, it's several. I mean, it's at least a day's travel. I'm assuming everyone's dead by now. What was the state when you left?
We were, we ran with our barbed tails between our legs. Unfortunately, the forces were too overwhelming. But the camp was in total disarray. There might be some survivors, though.
General Traskar will not like this. I should go and let him know. He says, well, you are welcome to enter the city. Just stay in the area. He might have questions for you.
Oh, shit.
And the barbed devil kind of like runs back in.
Let's fucking lose ourselves in the crowd, guys. Jesus. Whoops.
Yeah, and you would see there are a lot of devils here, and more than just barbed. And you would notice Delania is among the dead, whose heads are up there.
Shit.
Oh, dude,
so it
really?
looks like they executed all the prisoners.
I will mind link to Ophelia first to see what she has to say, and then I'll do Clank next.
I say, Kudo, this is fucking bullshit. There's no reason for us to be in this city anymore. Maybe we should go find the survivors and come back once we have them and try to find an escape route at that point.
I agree.
Did you just speak to Kudo right now?
Yeah, this is telepathically to Kudo.
Gotcha, okay. So, Ria's giving you like a concerned look, or I should say Barb Devil Ria.
I will mind link to Clank and relay what Ophelia said and be like, what are your thoughts?
I think we should get out of here before they come talking to Crash.
Yeah. So basically there's nothing to do here because all the people that we were trying to save here are dead in the front.
Unless there's still some way to leave the Abyss here, but, you have no idea how Denalia was planning on getting everyone out. She just mentioned
grab
a contact here.
Grab her head, we can talk to her.
That's true. Although, that would be kind of obvious if you walk up and pull her head off the pike.
Yeah.
Don't fucking care.
Alright.
I will link up to Ophelia and be like, I think Clank wants to get out of here. And I'll kind of relay to everybody like what the devil said to me, and I'm like, I hope I might have drawn too much attention to us. They're going to have some questions for us. If we
Well,
linger
currently, I'll just say that currently, like, all of the people at the front gate basically left to go speak with Trasker,
Well,
or
shoot.
at least so they said.
Honestly,
So you don't actually have much, like, you're not being watched right now. This might be
Take
an
the head.
opportunity.
let's go into the town and try to see if we can figure out how Delanio was going to transport us. I imagine there's some sort of teleportation area.
Okay. Let's do that.
Is there anyone
Amelia-
watching Delania's head right now?
There are some there are some devils in the area. I wouldn't say they're closely watching. You might be able to, like, I guess you could use sleight of hand to try to steal it. Like, pop it off while no one's looking.
Cool, let's do it.
Well, who's
Who is
gonna
this
do it?
against one?
I don't know if any
Mage
of you.
I'm
you
gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
Oh, you're gonna do it? You're not very
Yeah.
stealthy.
Do you
I'm gonna
want
do
to? I'm
I
gonna.
want to.
Ophelia says, no, don't. Myself or
I'm
Clank
using-
should do it.
I was gonna go up and use all three of my insights and inspiration.
Oh, insight points. I see.
Invisibility? Would that help, friends?
That would help.
Cool.
Yes, go ahead, make me invisible, she whispers. I'll take it
I'll,
when no one's looking.
Tap her and make her invisible.
Alright, so
And
she
say,
I tap her and give her guidance.
Alright, so she vanishes for the time being. What are the rest of you going to do while she's working on this?
I guess
She says she'll whisper just either leave or go in so there's no people watching us over here.
Before
let us
she
go
goes,
in.
before
Yes.
she goes invisible, I would have liked to link to her and then walk away.
Oh yeah, sure, that's fine. Alright, so
I
are
guess
you
we'll go
guys entering or are you leaving the area?
Entering.
Alright, into the
Enter.
Devil Settlement.
Yeah, let's do it. We can't go all the way to the abyss and not go into this city. You know what I'm saying? We gotta hit all the tourist spots.
Yeah, exactly. So there are a bunch of devils. You see other Cambion, you would see the Barb Devils, you would see some Bearded Devils, Imps. There's a pretty big number of them moving about. They're not really paying much attention to you as, like, you kind of blend in with the crowd. What do you want to do?
Can we I'm thinking maybe go to the local tavern. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know. That's
So
my idea.
you would see a bunch of tents. You don't know if there's a tavern.
Well, maybe we find someone to tell us where the Celestials' home base was, and we explore there.
Yeah, before this spell fucking fades. Let me talk to I guess a Cambion.
Alright, so there are some armored Cambion in the street, kind of having a discussion. You're just going to approach them?
First I'll try to eavesdrop a little bit.
Okay, give me... How close are you getting to them?
Well, I'm not like creeping up on them. Like I guess I'm just walking with the crowds. Are there any crowds that are like kind of?
Alright, so you kind of stand in the area. Give me a perception. Alright, so you're kind of nearby with your tongue spell. You would hear the female devil say, I know. Traskar is displeased with how the blood wars are going in the Western Hemisphere. He says several of our larger units have been crushed. The demons they've proven more difficult than we realized. Though, on the good side, we did manage to claim this area and kill the Celestials who were hiding out here. So, that's something in our favor. He says, still, I don't know how long we can stay. If that horde marches this way, I don't think we can hold these ruins very well. She says, well, worst case scenario, we end up back in the Hells.
I'll wander up to them and I'll be like, damn, these times are tough. Those Celestials, you know where they were heading?
So they kind of look over. She says, who are you?
I gotta come up with a good devil name. It's a good devil name. I'll say, I'm Oduk. You know, just hanging around. I couldn't help but overhear you. We just got over from Krust's camp, and the demons were everywhere.
Give me a persuasion.
That's with advantage, and emboldening bond on that.
Okay, so she kind of crosses her arms, sizing you up. She says, you're a bit small for a Cambion. She says, you don't seem like a warrior. I don't recognize you. Ugh, she rolls her eyes. She says, so you're not a warrior. She says, come to try to talk me into some kind of deal? I know what your kind is about. And they both kind of give you a dirty look.
Look. Don't worry, big. Is it a guy or?
So one of them is a male, one of them is a female, both wearing plate armor and with like really large swords on their back. You ever seen the Daedric princes in Oblivion? That's kind of how these guys look.
All right, I'll be like, oh, mighty warriors! I would not assume to do such, but I'm just looking for some information. I'm more of a scout, you see, and these Celestials, we were hot on their tracks. Do you know where they were heading?
Give me a persuasion.
And I'll do emboldening bond on this again.
He says, Celestials. Are you talking about some of the ones that escaped during the attack?
Indeed.
He says, who do you work for?
I'll point over to the entrance where the ones that were strung up on. Krusk.
This is Krusk. Is he here? I thought his people were to the east.
They are. Like I said, I'm a forward scout.
Oh. As well, have you checked in with Traskar yet? Does he even know you're here?
I will speak with them in a bit, but I'm just trying to get my bearings here.
As well, I mean, you're a little late. The attack happened quite a while ago. It was in the morning yesterday. That's when we captured a bunch of the Celestials. I think most of them were executed, but some of them did get away. I believe there were Tieflings as well. Dirty half-bloods. What the hell they're doing here?
That's exactly what I'm looking for. Do you know which ways they are? I will hunt them down.
He says, what are we, your scout puppets? We're supposed to do your job for you? What do we get?
Point me in a direction.
She says, well, like I said, what do we get? You have a soul coin by chance?
Haven't, no, not a spare one. And I'll look into my, I'll be like, is there something else that you're looking for? Perhaps I can help you out.
Give me a persuasion.
Emboldening bond.
She says, well, you've been to the east. I assume you've taken some spoils in your attacks against the demons. What have you got to trade? Anything interesting?
Just looking.
Craig would pull a gem out.
Can you understand them?
Oh no.
Yeah, I think
Kidding.
he's the only one with tongues right now. You would just see them like kind of. Well, I guess because you're speaking elemental, right?
Primordial.
Actually,
Primordial?
no. I'll switch it up to common since it doesn't seem to
Okay.
matter what language I
Well,
speak.
yeah, they don't seem to even be noticing. These guys might not be all that smart, or they're just not paying attention very well. But so yeah, I guess you would hear Clank, or sorry, you hear Kudo's side of the conversation, but they would just be going.
So then it is feasible.
Or whatever they
I'll
sound
take the
like.
gem from Clank then, if he gathered from what I was saying.
I'll also hold out a coiling grasp tattoo to you, like just humbly. Like I kind of come up to you and pull it out and like hold it up to you, like in a beakish kind of way.
Any of these things.
They say, "Oh yeah, look at that, barbed devils." Sorry, I have to deal with that riffraff. And they say it like out loud, so they like. Well, they don't know they don't speak it, but you know, like they're basically just being insulting towards them. So they would. Or go ahead.
I was just saying, it's just part of the job.
So they look at your offerings. One of them you said was a gem.
Yeah, gem of what sorts, Matt?
A ruby worth 100 gold pieces.
Ooh,
Okay. So she says, "Oh, that ruby's pretty. What's that other thing?"
it's a tattoo of magical arcane powers.
Oh, a magical item. That's quite the offer. Sure. If you give me that tattoo and the ruby, I'll tell you whatever you want. She says, but nothing else. No extra stuff. I don't care how valuable this stuff is.
First, we'll give you the ruby, and you tell us half, and then we'll give you the tattoo if you tell us all. But where did they go? What were they seeking? I wish to know everything that you know about these Celestials and Tieflings.
She says, well, I was part of the forward attack. They didn't put up too much of a fight. There weren't that many of them. We managed to capture them pretty quick, and I saw a bunch of them run off to the north of here into the hills. We sent some scouts that way, but they weren't able to find them. That's the last place I saw them.
Excellent.
She says, I think they may have been heading towards the river.
Do you know what's the river? What may have been at the river?
So I don't know. I don't know this place very well. Just seemed like one of the rivers of this abyss. We crossed it before we got to the ruins a couple days ago. Or I guess yesterday, because it's only like an hour away, so it's pretty close. She says they might be hiding near the river, so you could always take a look. We haven't sent people up there yet. We haven't sent any of our forces up there.
Okay, very well. You have earned these treasures. Well, a deal's a deal, and I'll give the tattoo over. But could you just throw in one other bit of information, if you could? Do you know of a portal in the area?
Give me a persuasion with disadvantage.
Okay.
Which I guess would be a watch.
Watch.
And I'll do emboldening bond.
Ooh.
She says that was not part of the deal. No, I don't know of any portals. She says, why would there be a portal?
Yeah, silly question. Never mind. All right. Thank you. See ya later. And I'll rush off with the guys.
So he said the male one or the guy says, "Hey, you got ink. I'm jealous." And she says, "I know. This is just more of a reason I can't lose this body. Reforming would, I assume, make me lose the tattoo." All right, so you head back as you kind of hear them talking now. She seems very happy with this trade.
All right. I'm going to send a message to Rhea, letting her know where we are, and to let her know that I think we're gonna head out of this. Well, first, can we find a place that's private and just talk without having to do mind links all the time?
Within the city, I mean, there's a bunch of old ruined buildings. You could try to go in one. And Rhea would, can she reply to you?
Yeah.
She would say, "I have the head. It's kind of grisly, but I don't think anyone noticed me. They might notice it's missing, though."
Oh, they definitely will. I think we got to get out of this city quickly. And I'll tell her that. I'm gonna tell her to. They said the tieflings and celestials went northeast or something like that.
They said north, and she said they might be going towards the river.
Alright, I'm gonna tell Rhea to meet us north outside of the settlement, and then let her respond, and then I'll link to these guys.
Okay. So, as you are getting ready to leave, or I guess heading towards the exit, you would hear a voice in your mind. Actually, all of you would. It's telepathy, and the voice would say, "Where did you all go? Krusk wishes, the general wishes to speak with you. Head to his tent right away." Trasker, I should say, not Krusk.
I'll look to the other guys.
And you would all
say
hear
we
this,
ignore it.
and you all understand and hear this because this is telepathy.
I shake my head. No.
It says, "Head here right away," and that's all the message is.
I assume we can't respond, but let's get out of here.
I think you can respond if you want. You know, usually telepathy of this kind has to be within a certain distance. So it would mean they probably just sent the message out because they had seen you all to connect with you. They don't necessarily know where you are, though.
Let us get out of here. Get far
Yeah.
away.
We should get out of here.
Alright, so you're heading out the north gate.
Yo.
So as you're heading out, you kind of hear another message. Where are you? Are you receiving this? It says, "Come to the tent. Respond."
I'm
Nice,
just
you
gonna
can
make
just keep
some,
going.
dial up, a fuzzy dial up sound.
What? Can't hear. You. Humans have no idea. They're like, what is he doing? I don't know.
Busy signal.
Yeah. Beep, beep, beep.
It's just
Alright.
it's hold music.
So you head out of the settlement hoping that you're not noticed. Are you trying to be stealthy or quick?
I would say quick over stealthy, but
Quick.
Okay,
Quick. 'Cause we're not very
so-
stealthy.
Yeah,
Let me
quick.
See if anyone that knows you notices. No. So you move quickly, not really stealthily, but just trying to get as far as you can, and you kind of disappear into the wasteland to the north, going over several hills. So you think you're good. At which point you would hear Rhea say, "I have the head. I've been following you all, just letting you know I'm here."
Sweet. Good job.
Yeah. I don't think I didn't see anyone coming after us, but yeah. So I think we're good for now.
So I'll explain everything I heard from the Cambians about the Tieflings and the Celestials leaving north, and that they looked like they were heading to the river. And I'll say that we might encounter some other scouts that are trying to track them down. I say that Kudo will be like, I think we should try to reunite with them, and also take out any fiends on their tracks.
I agree. That's a great idea. Let's do it.
All right.
Sounds good to me.
Alright, so we are at time. I'm just curious, does Riala speak Infernal? Be funny if she did.
That'd be hilarious. Thank God for the tongues, though.
Right?
Actually, all your spells help me out there incredibly. Yeah.
So I'm a support man. That's what I do.
No, she doesn't. I don't see a lot of people speaking those languages. Alright, well... why don't we do MVP votes? I'm going to give Felix 2 insight points for the very good RP. And actually, I'll give Ophelia. I'll give Ophelia and Clank one as well.
Oh, thank you.
There was some good RP tonight.
Yeah. Insight points are different than story points and different than inspiration points.
They're the It's basically inspiration points. They're the ones that give you +2 per point you spend.
Rather than
I might.
advantage.
Yeah, the only reason I didn't keep them as inspiration points is because people might get confused with being inspired.
Okay. So they're different than inspiration. So I have an inspiration from MVP that's separate from insight.
So that would be insight now. Those points would be
okay.
insight. I'm basically doing away with inspiration points and doing flat bonus instead of advantage, just because I feel like advantage is giving out a little too much, you know.
Yeah.
Ashes speaks Infernal. You'll have to find her.
I bet also speaks Infernal. But...
Alright, so let's see. Looks like Kudo is also the MVP, so that's 3 insight points.
Sweet. And then I guess my previous inspo that I had, that counts as an insight point. So is it 4 insight points or?
Yeah, so those are basically the same thing. Like now, instead of just gaining advantage, you can spend. Did I talk about that with this group? Maybe not. So you can spend points to get a flat +2 bonus per point you spend, up to 3. So you can get up to +6 to a roll. It's the same idea. You have to spend it before you roll, and there's no limit. So you can spend you can do it more than once an encounter.
Okay.
And you can have up to 10 of them now.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. Good game, everyone. Lots of
Yeah,
RP,
good
I'd say.
Yeah, definitely.
Well,
a lot of subplot progress.
Yeah,
That's
we
cool.
got some side things going. Got some infiltration going. It was even though there was no battles, there was a lot of action. It felt like.
Yeah.
Now, Ophelia, you were scribe, right?
Yes.
Okay, just want to make sure. I thought I said you were, but
Yeah, I'm posting right now.
okay.
Oh, so the thing I wanted to recommend